This is level M, list 2, and we're doing the day 1, and on this page we're looking at contractions. So if we join IM together to make one word, we'd have I'm. It is will become its. He is will become he's. She is will become she's. What is will become what's. Where is will become where's. There is will become theirs. Who is will become whose. I will become I'll. He will become he'll. She will become she'll. You will become you'll. We will become we'll. They will become they'll. Who will become who'll. It will become it'll. We are will become we're. You are will become you're. They are will become they're. Let us will become let's. So you can see where we've taken out a letter in each of these words, that's where the apostrophe is going in. So we've taken out the A and the apostrophe goes in there. We've taken out the I and the apostrophe goes in there. We've taken out the I and the apostrophe goes in there. So that's how we've joined those words together. The apostrophe goes where we have taken out the letter or letters. So the other reason, you've seen contractions a little bit before this, and you would also know that we use apostrophes to show possession. None of these are showing possession, they're all contractions. So let's have a look at some of the meanings that these words could have. The tricky ones are whose. So we could have whose, like whose bag is this, is different from who's coming to the beach with me. So if you try saying this one as its extended form, who is bag is this, it sounds wrong, so you know it would have to be this one here. Now its is another tricky one because it stands for it is. Its is the only word that you can't show possession of, because we've already used the apostrophe for the contraction, it is. So if you say the dog wags its tail, the dog wag it is tail, no. So you actually have to use its without a possessive apostrophe. Now if we go down here to where, were and where, you can hear the difference, where. So when you say where, there is air after the W, so you know there is an H there. When you say were, there's no air after the W, so you know there's no H there. And this one sounds different, we're. We are going to the beach. Now, so you put the little apostrophe in where you've joined we and are together. So you can't leave out apostrophes in words. We've got your and your, so your name is, whatever it is, or you're going to school today, you are going to school today. So if you're not sure, try the contraction in its extended form to test which one to use if you get a little bit confused. Now we have there, and there. So this one sounds a bit different. You can hear the two syllables in this one, whereas these are both one syllable. There, there. Now the way to remember which there to use when is this one is the place there. We will go over there and get that. This one shows possession. So you've got their car, their house, their dog, their nose, their toes, etc. So I always turn the little I near the end into a person to show that the next word, whatever it must be, belongs to them. It is their car or whatever it might be. And once again, if you're not sure of whether it's this there or that there or that there, try this in its extended form to test if it sounds right or not. Now, if you're doing a formal piece of writing, something that's important, you would not use contractions in your text. You would write the words in their full form. Now, let's just go through and do a couple of these words as a read, sound, spell. So we've got I apostrophe M, and cover it. Try writing it. Have a practice. You do a dot with a little tail on it in the air where you've taken out that letter. You can do the rest of those on your own. This is level M, list 2, and we're doing the day 2 page, and here we're working on our contractions. So I'm is short for I am, it's is short for it is, he's is short for he is, she's is short for she is, what's is short for what is, where's is short for where is, theirs is short for there is, whose is short for who is, I'll is short for I will, he'll is short for he will. So wherever we've taken out a letter, we join the word together and we put an apostrophe in where that missing letter would have been. That's how we work that out. Let's do that. Here we're taking out 2 letters, but we only put 1 apostrophe in, even if we're taking out 2 letters. So let's read, sound and spell that. So I'm, I apostrophe M. So you do I apostrophe M. You can do the rest of those writing the words there. Now here it says read the story and write the contraction for the words in the brackets. I am, the contraction would be I'm. I'm going to the fair. So I'm going to the fair. You can finish those off there quite easy. Now down here we're asking you to write the contraction in its extended form and then take it back to the contraction. So write the 2 words, circle the letters to be left out and write the contracted word. So she's, we'd write she is, circle the letter you're going to take out, take it out and put the apostrophe in. So I'll show you this one. I'm is short for I am. I circle the letter I'm going to take out and then I write it in its contracted form. So that's fairly easy for you to do. Then down here we're going to push that understanding of what we talked about yesterday with the there, and there. This there, remember the one with the I near the end of it becomes a little person and it tells us the next word must belong to them. This there is the place there and this one is short for they are. So let's see if the contraction fits in there. So as I suggested yesterday, you use it in the contraction in its full form to check if it works. They are friends. No. I think the friends belong to them, so it will be their friends. Now if that's the start of a sentence, you also have to remember to put a capital letter. Their friends say they are going to meet them there. So that's not too bad. Then we've got the who's. Once again, test the contraction by saying it in its full form to see if it makes sense in whichever place that you think it should go in the sentence. And the same for its and its. Remember, this its is short for it is. This its is the only word in English that we can't show possession. This is level M, list 2, and we're doing the day 3, and we've got she'll, which is short for she will, you'll, which is short for you will, which is short for we will, they'll, which is short for they will, who'll, which is short for who will, it'll, which is short for it will, we're, which is short for we are, you're, which is short for you are, they're, which is short for they are, and let's, which is short for let us. So we've got the extended form down here if you get stuck. Now wherever we've taken out a letter or letters, that's where the apostrophe goes. So she will, here we take out the W and the I, and that's where the apostrophe goes, where the letters have been taken out. So you can go through and do that if you want to. And then over here we have to, let's just quickly do one read and sound and spell, and you can do the rest. So she'll, she-ll, S-H-E apostrophe L-L. S-H-E apostrophe L-L. You can do the rest of those on your own. Now down here we've got the same as day 2. We've got read the story and write the contraction for the words in the brackets. So the contraction for she will is she'll. So you'd have to put a capital letter there. She'll go and watch the game. You can work out the rest of those, but remember, if it's the start of a sentence, you must be giving them a capital letter. Write the two words, circle the letters to be left out, and write the contracted word. Now we're doing exactly what we did yesterday, but we're using the other set of words. So you'll would be, if we write it out in its full form, we'd have you will. We have to circle the letters that we're taking out and then write the word back in its contracted form with the apostrophe in, leaving out those letters. Now down the bottom we've got read and fill each gap. So this wheel means a wheel on a car, whereas this stands for we will. So if you're not sure which one fits in where, try writing the contraction or saying the contraction in its extended form, we will. We'll have to put a new wheel on the go-kart. Now this heel here, first heel means the back part of your foot, the heel. This is short for he will, and this one is when you're not well or you've got a sore or something and it gets better, so you heal. So he'll have to put a band-aid on the blister on his heel to help it heal. This one is you've got your and you are. So if you're not sure of which one to use when, try the your in its extended form, you are, to check if it makes sense in the part of the sentence that you want to use it. You might need to work as a group to check each other's work to make sure you're putting those apostrophes in the right places, and make sure it's a dot with a tail on it and it goes near the top of the word, not on the line. This is level M list 2 and we're doing the day 4 page, and we've got a poem that we're working through today. So we're proofreading, we're looking at nouns, verbs and adjectives. So read these extracts from Shel Silverstone's poem, The World's Dirtiest Man. So off we go. Oh, I'm dirty Dan, the world's dirtiest man. I never have taken a shower. I can't see my shirt, it's so covered with dirt, and my ears have enough to grow flowers. I live in a pen with 5 hogs and a hen, and 3 squizzy lizards who creep in my bed, and they itch as I squirm and I twitch in the cruddy old sheets that I sleep in. Now it's continued down here, but before we move on, I want you to go back and highlight 6 nouns and 6 verbs in that. So find 2 different colours that you can use. Let's go through. I'm just going to find 1 noun for you. So I'm going to find 1 noun, shirt. So all the nouns I'm going to highlight 1 colour, and all the verbs I'm going to highlight another colour, and then you can write 6 of them. Once you get 6, you can just see. You can just write them down. I'm just going to highlight C there for my verb. So you can go through that when we finish the page and highlight 6 nouns, 6 verbs, and then write them in these spaces. Alright, let's go through the rest of the poem. So now we're going to proofread these other verses and write the incorrect words correctly. So there's 2 words in each line that you're going to have to find that are spelt incorrectly and write them correctly on those lines at the end. So the thought of a towel and soap make me howl, and when people have something to tell me, they don't come and tell it, they stand back and yell it. I think they're afraid they might smell me. The bedbugs that leap on me sing me to sleep, and the garbage flies keep me awake. They're the best friends I've found, and I fear they might drown, so I never go near a lake. Now, down the bottom here, you have to write the adjectives to complete the noun phrases from the poem. So if you find sheets, there's sheets there, you can see, and I probably should use another colour so you don't get confused. He describes the sheets as cruddy old sheets. So cruddy old are adjectives because they're describing the noun. So you write cruddy old. You have to find lizards in the poem next. And then when you find lizards, find the 2 words before it, the 2 adjectives before it that describe the lizards. So there are 3 squizzly lizards. So 3 and squizzly will be written there. We'll leave you to finish off the others on your own. So get your highlighters out, read through the poem again and find those nouns and verbs And then down the bottom here, you've got to find the adjectives. And here you're finding the 2 misspelt words in each line and writing them correctly.